Hello everyone, Ayumilove here, back again with another Awaken Chaos Era video. In today's video, I'll be going over quickly on the 4 new heroes that was released today. And let's check out them together. So in this update notice, they have introduced 2 new legendary heroes who are Garnet, Dark Affinity hero, and a Light Affinity hero who is a Holy Armor Virgil. And apart from that, they also included 2 epic heroes who are Epena and Trista. Epena is Wood Affinity hero, whereas for Trista, she's a Fire Affinity hero. And during this introduction of new heroes, they will also bring up this Summon Read Up event to allow you to summon Barbarous, Garnet, and Holy Armor Virgil with a 3 times Read Up. So let's check the summon area. So if you to see this summoning area, they have provided a separate banner section, which is this one, advanced summon with a gold color here to separate out from the normal summon in case you do not want to summon Barbarous, because Barbarous is also has a very niche usage and mainly used for arena, similar to the new legendary hero that was released previously with Garnet. And do take note that summoning the light and dark affinity heroes is very difficult. If you see the summon details here, although it has a 3% rate up, the chances to get a light and dark hero is 1% for legendary heroes. Okay, so let's check out the new heroes. We'll go to the index. I'll first go to the Holy Light Empire, where Garnet is located. Wow, I really like the background music that they played for Garnet. So let's check out her overall design. Her floating orbs reminds me about Yolanda's stuff that also has this swirling thingy, but Garnet has 3 of them, which makes Garnet even better than Yolanda circling orbs here. And she twerks a lot. She looks like an android. A human android, is it? She has a very skinny waist here, like very cool skirt, and she has this clock thingy that spin behind her back. Very cool design. So let's check out her stats. She has an S rating for speed, which is 136 speed, which is pretty fast. And A rating for attack and critical rate. So basically, I think she's a speed attacker nuker, because we haven't seen many attacker heroes that has a high attack speed. So let's check out her trait and abilities here. So her first trait is Stardust, grants 1 rage upon the use of any ally special or ultimate ability following this character's death. This character revives with 50% of max health, and all ability cooldown shortened by 1 turn upon reaching 3 rage. Okay, so basically what this means is, as long as she's alive, right, this trait does not work. Only when she's dead, then this rage mechanism starts to work. And she only gains 1 rage when she's dead, each time her allies perform special or ultimate ability. So once they perform 3 of those, she'll be revived automatically without having any revival such as like Meteor. And once she's revived, she will have this 50% of max health, and all of her abilities cooldown will shorten by 1 turn. So basically, alright, so let's check out her ultimate here. Her ultimate is 3 turn skill cooldown, and her Curtain of Heaven special ability is 2 turn skill cooldown. So if she dies once, right, this special ability cooldown will become 1 turn, and her ultimate become 2 turns, which means she has a lower skill cooldown to quickly spam her ultimate and special abilities. And once she's ascended, right, she'll be able to shorten the duration by 2 turns instead of 1 turn, which means that she can basically use her special ability, Curtain of Heaven, as her basic ability, because it doesn't have any cooldown now. And whereas for ultimate ability, it will have only 1 turn skill cooldown, which is pretty massive, because this ultimate and special ability deals a high amount of damage. And apart from that, the Ascension also increases her recovery of her max health by 30% more. which is pretty cool. However, this trait only works if she's dead lah. So you need to have her to die one time in order to benefit from her ascension. So basically from just by reading this description, probably she's mostly used for like arena, such as like the Sky Duel, the real-time arena, as well as the regular arena. Alright, so this one is like a self revival ability or trait. Moving on to the first ability on Garnet is a Meteor Slam. This is a basic ability that deals 120% damage to an enemy, which relocates between enemies 2 times. Damage scales with this character's speed. So the more speed she has, the more damage she will deal. So this relocate is I think similar to Boolean's passive skill. When Boolean gets 5 rage, you will deal like a chain lightning attack. I think this one will do something similar. And her damage scales with speed similar to the epic hero Hugh. So probably, I think based from this basic ability, I probably will build her with high amount of speed to cut through the enemy as well as to boost up her attack. However, if she dies one time and she has the ascension ready for her trait, probably she wouldn't be using this Meteor Slam already. She'll be using her special ability now. Okay, for her special ability, Curtain of Heaven, which is a 2-turn skill cooldown, launches 3 strikes against random enemies, each dealing 100% damage that scales with this character's speed, while removing 1 positive effect or inflicting defense down for 2 turns, if without. Okay, this is pretty interesting. So it's mainly like a damage dealer similar to the existing epic hero Hugh. Also deals damage based on his base speed. So the more speed they have, the more damage she will deal. However, I'm not sure whether this launching 3 strikes, if let's say if there's only 1 enemy left, does that mean she will attack that same enemy 3 times? If that's the case, right, this will deal a massive amount of damage, which is up to 300% damage to a single target. And this one also applied this defense down, which makes her a powerful single target nuker, especially for arena as well. And for like PvE content. Okay, that's pretty cool. Alright, for her ultimate ability, Astral Doomsday, which has a 3-turn skill cooldown, deals 120% damage to all enemies. That scales based on the difference between the target speed and this character's speed. Oh, so this one is similar to Garnet. Garnet is the difference between the target's attack stats and that character's attack stats as well. However, this one is speed. Inflicts no positive effect for 2 turns on the target, plus a 50% chance of sleep for 1 turn. Wow. So it's like crowd control the enemy to forfeit their turn as well as to apply the no positive effect. That's pretty cool. Wait, sleep unable to act, okay. 100% critical resistance when attacked. Oh, so it's a blessing, it's like a double-edged sword lah. So the enemies who goes into sleep mode, they will forfeit their turn as well as they have some protection against critical attack. Okay, so this is to make it not to be so overpowered. It's like comparing to like stun or freeze. Okay, so basically based from her overall skill kit, she's a powerful damage nuker because her Curtain of Heaven deals high amount of damage to a single target if he manages to attack only single target heroes. If there's only 1 enemy left in the battlefield, and if this one changed to a 0-turn skill down if she dies 1 time with her ascension up. And her Astral Doomsday is basically an AoE crowd control and also prevents the enemy from applying positive effect. So this one would be probably great against like heroes such as like Meteor, Green, Brand, those heroes that apply no positive effect on themselves. So where I would use her is if the enemy team uses defensive heroes like those that I mentioned early on, probably we can use her there. And I'm not afraid to bring her to as an attacker because once you're able to have at least 3 supported heroes to perform the abilities, then she'll be revived and to take her turn again to eliminate her enemies. Alright, so let's move on to the next hero. Alright, so the next hero is in the Sylvan Woodlands faction here. So if you click here and click this, you'll find the Holy Armor Virgil. Look at this animation, looks so cool. It looks like the... wow. It's like a Celestial Virgil. This reminds me about the Diablo Immortals skin. That they have all these bright flashy wings behind them. Pretty cool. Alright, so he has an S rating for attack, A rating for health, speed and critical, and B rating for defense. So let's quickly check through his trait abilities here. So his trait is Armor Undying, removes one negative effect from this character upon taking damage and restores health equal to 35% of his attack. Oh, this one is his defensive trait or defensive ability here. And once you ascended him, it will also do the same thing, however with an additional stuff, which is to remove all negative effect from this character upon taking critical strike and restores health equal to 50%. Wow. So does that mean that he heals himself twice? First one is 35% of 10, 50%, which means 85% healing? Or is it only... Or is this separated? Means if the hero deals critical, you only benefit from this second statement here. Probably that would be the case to make him not so overpowered. But this skill is quite useful to make him survive even longer in the battlefield without having like a supported hero to support him, which is pretty cool. Removes one negative effect. This one is similar to Garrel, who is a Fire Affinity hero. He only removes all of his negative effect when he gains like 5 rage. However, for this character, if he just receives one critical strike from the enemy, he'll remove all negative effect and also heal himself, which is super powerful. Alright, this trait alone, right, gives me an impression that his other abilities will be super powerful as well. Alright, so let's check out his first basic ability here. Vanguard of the Shimmering deals 150% damage to an enemy with a 50% chance to extend the cooldown on the target's abilities by 1 turn. Chance to trigger increase to 100% if affected by Wings of Light. So this Wings of Light buff is his unique buff that allows him to have this additional ability to increase the success rate from 50 to 100% to extend the cooldown of all of the target abilities by 1 turn. This Wings of Light attack shorten ultimate cooldown by 1 turn and enhance all abilities. Oh, okay. So we can't use any like abilities to remove this unique buff. So with this ability, you can use it to crowd control enemies to prevent them from using the special or ultimate, which makes him a good crowd control as well. Very good. His next ability, called Chastisement, is a special ability that has a 3-turn skill cooldown, deals 100% damage to all enemies, and removes 1 positive effect from each, with a further bonus attack on the main target for 100% damage upon removal. This attack ignores 50% defense in the Wings of Light state. Wow. So is this the first hero that can remove 1 positive effect from all enemies? It's like an AoE remove positive effect, which is pretty powerful. And also it deals 100% damage upon removal on the main target. And with the Wings of Light, it will ignore defense 50% defense on the main target. I'm not sure if this applies to all enemies as well. If it's all enemies plus main target, this makes it very powerful. Okay, there's an additional icon here. Chastisement deals 100% damage to an enemy. This attack ignores 50% defense in the Wings of Light state. Oh, I think the ignore defense only applies for the single target, which is for this one, main target. Okay. For his ultimate ability, Ethereal Punishment, which is a 5-turn skill cooldown. This ultimate deals 250% damage to an enemy and maximizes the cooldowns on the target's abilities. This attack deals 50% damage in the Wings of Light state. Grants Wings of Light state for 2 turns upon expiration. So basically, his ultimate ability is the one that provides this Wing of Light buff to enhance his basic ability, special ability, and ultimate ability. Okay. Ooh, okay. So with the biggest of light state, deals 50% more damage. And with the biggest of light state here, this special will ignore 50% defense and boost up the success rate by 50%. So basically he is an attacker hero with some crowd control abilities to increase their skill cooldown. Okay, I think this one is mostly a PvP hero, because you cannot increase the skill cooldown of bosses unless they change the mechanics of the bosses to be affected by these abilities, which is this one. I think Holy Armor Virgil is quite a powerful attacker hero who can crowd control with his special. No, with his ultimate, is it? Yeah, with his ultimate, he can reset the enemy's skill cooldown to the maximum. I think based from his skill kit, where can we use him is if you are facing enemies with the specializers in buff, right? You can use him to remove the positive effect. And also if let's say if they have immune buff, you can use this to increase their skill cooldown, similar to God Fairy, but even much more powerful than God Fairy, because this one sets all of their skills to maximum cooldown. Not only just the ultimate, for all of the abilities. And his basic ability also extend the cooldown. So if let's say if you're using Holy Armor Virgil versus one player who have only one hero remaining, I think Holy Armor Virgil will sure win, because he has a trait to remove the negative effect, to heal himself, as well as to prevent the enemy from using the special ability as well as the ultimate ability. This means he's like similar to Charles, the elite hero, who basically keep on taunting the hero to prevent them from using any of their abilities. But this one is like a legendary rarity instead of a elite rarity package, which is pretty cool. Alright, so that's my first impression on these two legendary heroes, the Garnet or the Dark Affinity and Holy Armor Virgil for the Light Affinity. I think they should just shorten the name, just put it as like Celestial Virgil, like Celestial Cain, or Lightwing Zachary become Light Virgil, to make it consistent. So what do you guys think about these two heroes? Where would you use them apart from PvP? Or do you want to just use them to specialize for real-time arena only? Do let me know down in the comment below. But this one really reminds me about Diablo Immortal. I've seen some players, I think they spend a lot of money to purchase skins that looks something similar to this. Maybe this one is like a meme to it. Just to, I don't know. But it's pretty cool. Hopefully if you are going for them during this 300% rate summoning banner up, hopefully you can get them. I just realized that his armor is pretty cool. He has like an eagle in the middle of his chest. Look at that. There's an eagle in his chest there, followed by like a shield with some eagle here, or falcon, is it? Bird shield here, and this one looks like a Protoss weapon from the StarCraft. Pretty cool. Alright, so let's move on to the epic heroes. So the epic heroes is located in last year, so let's head over there. So this is the third hero. Wait, that's strange. Why Trista does not have any animation? You look, this one Scarlet has like a skill animation. Like a introduction animation here.
Don't give your enemies a chance.
But Trista does not have one. Even Scarlet has an animation here as well.
The best
Alright.
way to win from a distance.
Okay, since Trista doesn't have any amazing animation, so let's go through her stats. So she has an A rating for attack, B rating for health, speed and critical rate, and C rating for defense. So she looks like a very squishy hero, attacker hero. Let's check out her trait. Her trait is known as the Starfire. Damage inflicts ignite for 2 turns on a target without ignite, or else has a 80% chance of detonating all ignite on the target and inflicting stun for 1 turn if an ignite is present. Oh no, another ignite hero. You have plenty of ignite heroes such as like Asrina, who else? Asrina, Helma is bleeding, right? Or Bachelat is ignite as well. Why do they introduce another ignite hero without improving their ignite debuff? Hopefully the Ace developers improve the ignite damage, or else not many people will be using them. Alright, so basically her Starfire trait, right, allows... wait, damage inflicts ignite for 2 turns. I think this Starfire trait allows all of her special basic ability and ultimate ability to apply ignite on the target. And if the enemy already has the ignite, you will automatically detonate them and also crowd control them with stun. And once she's ascended, I'm not sure how many, either 2 or 5, this will provide her with an attack up buff, 50% attack to boost up her ignite damage as well. Alright, so basically that's it. Nothing unique about it except for detonating ignite and also crowd controlling. Alright, so let's check out her basic ability. Fire Arrow deals 120% damage to an enemy with a 60% chance of launching a bonus attack. With a basic ability, if the target attack is lower than this character, or 30% if not. So she has two chances to apply the ignite. The first one on her basic, then if her bonus attack procs, then she'll be able to apply another ignite. And if you gear her in like a curse set, she'll be able to apply another ignite. So that is like 3 ignite debuff on the enemy. And if you pair this with Abaddon, right, you can deal plenty of damage because Abaddon trait is based on how many debuff the enemy has, which is pretty cool. Alright, so let's move on to the next ability. Spark of Misfortune. It's a passive ability, reduces 50% damage from non-boss attackers affected by ignite. Probably she's a PvP hero, is it? Only for non-boss attackers. I hope that they just apply for all heroes from non-boss as well as boss to make her useful in the PvE content as well. Yeah, they shouldn't put this in the first place. They should just remove this one. Okay, so next one would be her ultimate ability, Inferno Volley, which is a 3 turns ultimate skill cooldown. Boost focus by 30%. Okay, that's good, because if you want to build her with high amount attack to boost up her ignite, she better have some inbuilt focus stats like Lydia as well as Hector. So this one launches a volley of 4 to 6 fire arrows at random enemies, each dealing 60% damage with a 50% chance of removing a positive effect from the target. I'm not sure whether if there's only one enemy in the battlefield, right, would that means 4 to 6 hits on a single enemy? If that's the case, right, that means if like the single target enemy will receive 360% damage in total. And if she's lucky to get 6 hits on the enemy, that means it's like 6 debuff from her Starfire trait. With a 50% chance of removing a positive effect. I think this one would be also good to remove the, what's that called? The counter attack boost from the Roaring Tupa boss that was gifted by the minions. And this one would be probably good as well for the Lord of the Holy Light, where the Lord of Holy Light will place multiple buff on himself, and this one can strip it away quickly, similar to Eddie Chris. I think this one would not work for Bane Wraith because Bane Wraith shield, right, it only breaks based on how many skills the hero does. It does not maybe this one will work similar to Bachelat. I'm not sure, I have to test it out if I manage to get her. Maybe this one will break the shields 4 to 6 times, is it? Need to test this out. Not sure whether it will work for Bane Wraith or not. But for her basic ability, Fire Arrow, this one will work quite nicely with Bane Wraith, because this one, her skill kit reminds me of like Bachelat, just like in epic form. So where I would use her probably if you do not have Bachelor, probably you can use her in Guild Boss as well as for Bane Wraith. Alright, let's move on to the last hero. And the last hero is located in Titan Islands. And I bet she's male or female. Is it male? Oh, it's a mini bear. I think he's a male. Male. So Epena has an S rating for attack, A rating for critical rate, and B rating for health, defense, and speed. Her overall design... Wait, I just realized she has a skill animation. So she places her weapon behind her back and wear a bear costume. Yay, that's pretty cool. It looks very tiny and squishy. Probably she uses her axe as well as her claws to attack her enemies. Alright, so let's check out her trait. Grizzly Rage attacks ignores 10% up to 40% enemy defense per negative effect on the target. Once she's ascended, she will be able to ignore up to 80% of the enemy defense per negative effect on the target. Wow, so basically if you are able to stack at least 4 negative effects on the target, she will be able to ignore up to 80% of the enemy defense once she's ascended. Which means she'll be quite powerful if you are able to pair her with a hero that is capable of applying those debuff. Like Santis and Gangelo, they are able to apply 2 or 3 stacks of poison. I'm not sure whether Epena have a skill to also allow her to apply multiple poison debuff. So let's check out her basic ability. Savage Blade deals 80% damage to one enemy and applies random stats down for 2 turns. Oh, this one is similar to Abaddon, the Dark Affinity hero. Yeah, it's basically the same. It applies random stats down for all of these stats that the hero has. Alright, that's pretty cool. Then her special ability, which is a 3 turn skill cooldown, Law of the Jungle, deals 120% damage to an enemy and duplicates all of their negative effects onto one enemy. Restores 30% max health. Wow, this is super powerful. Santis is only able to duplicate poison, whereas this one can duplicate all of the negative effect, including poison, which makes it a very powerful skill. Restores 30% of max health. Probably this is her ability to allow her to self-sustain. Alright, this is very unique. At least we have the unique hero that does something unique here. And for her ultimate ability, Barbarous Intimidation, which is a 4 turn skill cooldown. This ultimate deals 150% damage to an enemy and applies no positive effect for 2 turns. Damage increases by 50% against enemies under 4 or more negative effect. Okay, so she's capable of applying multiple stacks of random stats down as well as this no positive effect. If the enemy has 4 or more, she'll be able to deal 200% damage instead of 150% damage. So based on her skill kit, right, if you want to use her to do everything in one package, then you need to build her with high amount of, what's it called, focus stats. You need, if you want to build her as a damage dealer, as a debuffer. So attack, critical rate, critical damage, and focus. At least 80% focus to apply the random stats down, so that she will benefit from this ignore defense, although she will sacrifice a bit of her attack stats because you need to raise her focus stats up. Probably she can be used for the early stages of the Arcane Dominator as well as the No Man's Land dungeon. However, for later stages like the Hell Mode stage 2, it'll be quite difficult to sustain her unless you protect her with another hero such as like Yolanda to provide her some guard buff to sustain her, as well as like Jonathan for his shield. And if she isn't able to survive, maybe bring Meteor to revive her back. So where would you use Epena based on her skill kit? Based from her skill, probably I'm not sure whether Arena would be best because Arena is pretty fast paced, and for this to work right, you need to have like a lengthy battle in order to apply multiple stats on the enemy. Because you need to perform this on 4 hits to apply like defense down, attack down, speed down, critical rate down. then only you can benefit from this 80% ignore defense. Probably mostly for PvE content, unless you are able to pair her with another debuffer like Okobi. But not many people using Okobi in Arena, so I'm not sure how to build her up. But for PvE content, it will be pretty easy. But for PvP content, I'm not so sure. Maybe pair her with Abaddon. Do let me know what you guys think about Epena as well as the 3 heroes that I've gave my impression on. So that's basically it for this video. Hopefully you enjoy this video. If you do, please give this video a thumbs up. And if you like to get notified whenever I upload a new video to this channel, be sure to ring the notification bell and also subscribe to this channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!